All right, I'm doing what you guys asked me. I asked because I hadn't had too many, I had a bunch of other shit going on, so I haven't been, involved in pop culture or anything trending to talk about. But today I did find a couple good, interesting things, so there'll be more videos after this. But I asked my viewers or whatever, subscribers, what do you want me to talk about? And of course, the overwhelming majority wanted me to talk about two people who make me want to drive nails through my balls. And the first one being Tyler Henry, the flaming fraud, who I affectionately refer to, the Hollywood medium, because he can see the future. He can see the future. He knows tonight he's going to go to the Ramrod, and something mysterious is going to happen to his anus. He doesn't know what. It's going to be sore, but feel oh so good at the same time. It's crazy. I got that while I'm sketching my pad. Him and his fucking pad. Oh. The next one is the person he was interviewing, Corey Feldman. Look. You guys get a once a year Corey Feldman thing. Unless Corey Feldman runs over Oprah tomorrow with a tractor, I ain't talking about him anymore because I get into this weird fucking loophole and there's a bunch of people who are Corey Feldman, I don't give a fuck about neither one of them. There, I said it. I said it about a dead person. I don't care about him either. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I don't care. I care about me. I'm a selfish prick. All right? Acknowledge. So let's go over it. Corey Feldman, because he had nothing else better to do than to dress up like Michael Jackson and be interviewed by this psychic psycho twink, went on the, I don't know how long ago this was. I saw the clip. And by the way, I could not watch the whole thing because Tyler Henry wants you to pay for the whole thing. And can you see that prediction coming if I'm going to pay for it or not? No, I'm never paying for anything you do. Unless you douse yourself on fire, I might pay $5 to see that. Maybe. Okay. But there's a clip from his E show, I think it's E or whatever like that, Ryan Seacrest, who I think is now the fucking devil. I mean, he gives us the Kardashians, and didn't he give us Tyler Henry too? Unless, there was something in it for Ryan. Can I have a show? Oh, I don't know. Well, just don't tell anybody, because I'm still pretending I'm straight. Ryan Seacrest is, come on. Isn't he a little... come out and say it. I mean, I know there's like metrosexual and all that, but the guy, when he sneezes, sperm comes out of his nose. I'm just going to say it, okay? So Tyler Henry interviewed Corey Feldman. Again, I don't know how long this is, but he wanted me to pay for this or something like that because you cannot, and by the way, I was going to do an actual screen recording reaction to this. Guess who clamps down right away? As soon as you put up anything screen related, if you put anything up from Tyler Henry's site, immediately the YouTube yanks that shit. They have problems with so-called people with bad language and rude views and shit like that, but they have no problem with people who gorge themselves on food, overeaters, and people who are making money off that, which I got struck for before. And they have no problem with people who are probably the worst people on earth, the people who pretend to speak to dead people who know they don't and who are basically just grief vampires who should really just crawl into a hole and fucking die, as far as I'm concerned. But that's okay. They'll strike you for that. They're on the watch out. They're protecting those psychic psycho vampires, and that's what they're going to do. So all I could find was a brief 2-minute snippet of Corey Feldman. And listen, like I said before, you get your once a year on Corey Feldman and fucking Tyler Henry. That's it. Unless fucking tomorrow Oprah Winfrey runs over Corey Feldman with a tractor, then maybe I'll talk about it. But otherwise, there's too much of a wormhole with both of these idiots. So let's set it up. Corey Feldman, whose career is, more washed up than a dead hooker in the Hudson River. I did think of that one. That's a good one. I'm going to keep that. Decided that he needed to be interviewed by Tyler Henry. I don't know, because, the angel hostages were making too much noise and screaming in the basement. He's just like, I have to have something distracted and make some more noise around here. So I'll have this psychic psycho twink come in here and just really talk loudly and sketch on his pad. And maybe, I could just tell, no, it's the spirits making those noise. It's not those ex-junkie prostitute hostages that I make wear those hideous outfits and pretend to play instruments in my basement. It's not, I promise you. So he's there in his best Michael Jackson getup. Again, what the fuck is this guy's obsession with that Michael Jackson? I don't get it. He's still kind of dressing like him. Once in a while he won't, but he's got the Michael Jackson fedora he looked like Michael Jackson. What's that song? Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie? A Smooth Criminal. That's what he dressed up. So he decided, to be interviewed by, this fucking delinquent Sears mannequin that he's going to dress up like, Michael Jackson circa 1989 or something like that. But that's fine. So he's sitting down. He's always got the curl. You notice that now? He's got the one curl to prove he still has hair. As a kid, The one curl, there's nothing else going on. Everything is slicked back like a motherfucker, but this one curl is gonna fucking stay there. Because that's gonna make everything better. That's gonna make his career come back. That one curl. Somebody's gonna see it and be like, listen, I know he's really not that talented. He was just kind of a cute kid, but that fucking curl, we could put him in a movie with Tyler Henry, with lots of lube involved and a couple guys with huge dicks, really taking it. So you know what kind of movie it would be. So Tyler Henry right away. I just can't get over this kid. I fucking can't get over it. First off, the fact that he pretends he has no idea who anybody is. So I just go to this person's house. It's a client. Like, I don't watch TV or anything. I don't even know who I'm interviewing. Gee, the fact that you're going to like a gated community or something doesn't give it away. Like, really? You're that surprised? It could be like some like homeless person just like jacking off in front of you and just like, I can try to reach a dead relative for you. Like, can you try to reach Ronald Reagan for me because he owes me money? He's in my brain. I mean, you really are surprised? Well, okay, well, we're going to buy that for 5 seconds. So he goes and he meets them. And again, he knows nothing about these people. I mean, I believe Tyler Henry is what, Gen Z? I'm going to say, like, what the fuck am I in and out? Gen Z, Gen Y, or something like that. Knows how to use Google search. Okay? Clearly has used it before. Remember when I made fun of him and Matt Lauer, the Today Show Muppet? When he predicted Matt Lauer was going to have some kind of, like, I don't know, like something with his heart, some sleep apnea thing, I think it was. And Matt Lauer was sitting there, after, he assaulted that poor, secretary and chased her around. And then after he was done doing that, he sat there with Tyler Henry. He's like, that is so amazing because I do have sleep apnea. I Googled that shit right after I saw that clip. Turns out there had been a thing on sleep apnea on that very show Matt Lauer hosted about a year before that where he talked about it. The fuck you think this psycho twink can't figure that out? Like, Matt Lauer, huge dong, kind of a daddy, likes a little bit rough, likes pussy, but still would do it. What else can I find about him? Okay, there is, yummy. Let me, okay, heart thing. That just came to me. That's the spirits, it's not Google. That's his spirit. That's the Google. The Google is his spirits. That's the only spirit he talks to. So here's Corey Feldman sitting there. And Corey Feldman, again, I have to say this. He looks like an embalmed corpse. I have never seen, like, does he just go to a funeral home and be like, make me look like that? Like, point to the nearest, like, casket? Because he's just one of those people. Like, Dr. Phil looks like that, too, where they have, like, the pancake makeup on and shit like that. And they just look like they should be laid out like this right here. A little fucking stitching in here and all that shit. That's just my opinion. So, right away, Tyler Henry starts off, and this really fucking tickles me. He always has to start off with his pad. He's got a big fucking pad where, he's just sitting there writing, I am a fraud, call Rodrigo again tonight. Remember to get more cock rings, amyl nitrate, so my anus will open up for that very special trick that Ricky can do with his fist. Remember to get the fisting glove. And Crisco, gotta get some Crisco, because that stuff helps the anus the best when the fist goes in. Ooh, use me like a fucking puppet. Okay. But he's just sitting there writing nothing. He's just sitting there just writing blah, 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 washed up child star, blah, blah, blah. So he's sitting there, he's like, okay. And he smiles over everything. He irks the fuck out of me. Okay. I'm getting, if this makes any sense to you, a friend of yours, maybe he was in movies, kind of like a friend. Does it make any sense, like a guy who's a friend, maybe in some movies or something like that? Right away, Dum Dum didn't go, I don't know, it could have been a lot of people. Who? Name them. Oh, I think you're talking about Corey Haim. Fucking, these two would be horrible at a game of charades. Sounds like you have like the fucking thing behind you, or what's that? What's like fucking game show where you got like a fucking card and all that shit? It would say something like, I'd be holding it up and be like, tractor. He's supposed to give a hint, and Corey Feldman right away would go tractor, like a fucking retard. So Corey Feldman is sitting there, and then he's like, yeah, I think you're reaching him. And then right away, Tyler Henry's all like, ooh, okay, mate, scored another one. All right, I'm getting something like distinguishing. Does he have like siblings? Does he have like? Is there like a possibility that his mother had more than one baby? Is that possible? The spirits are telling me that right now. So he's like, yeah, he had like 2 brothers and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, because I'm getting a really distinguishing feature on one of their faces. And right at that point, Corey Feldman kind of looked like he didn't know what Tyler Henry, the Flaming Frog, was talking about. He's like, You could see the confusion, and right away I could see Tyler Henry panicking. It could be anything. It could be like a distinguishing feature. Like, first of all, then he just kept saying, it could be a mark, but then he just kept saying it could be a distinguishing feature. Anything can be a distinguishing feature. My huge nose can be a distinguishing feature. My fucking dark eyebrows can be a distinguishing feature. What the fuck do you mean? So literally, he could have said anything like, well, he had halitosis. That's it. That was Guadalupe from Mexico. She just came to my head. She's dead. She was stabbed like 50 times, but it's okay. It's a long story. So then he's just like, he's not really getting it. And he's like, distinguish it like a mark or something like, play along. Finally, Dum Corey Feldman goes, oh my God, I forgot Corey Haim had a third brother and he had a mark on his head. Why are you filling in the blanks for this putz? Why? Oh, because you're a fucking idiot too. That's why. But, I don't know who is the bigger anus in this whole fucking thing. Corey Feldman might be. It's got to be Tyler Henry. It almost felt like for half a second, Corey Feldman was going to be, you're a dick about everything else. You're a dick. You talk shit about your ex-best friend who's dead and all that. You couldn't be a dick this one time, and even if this guy hit on something, just pretend to fuck with him that you know nothing of what he's talking about. I swear to Christ, I would have been, if I was Corey Feldman, I would have been like, so, is there like a male in your life with blonde hair? Absolutely no one. Let's move on. Is there something like sad that's ever happened to you that like, and somebody's telling me there's something sad? No, I've been happy my entire life. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not doing it right. Shit like that. But here, Tyler Henry, and I think I brought this up in the last video I did about him, although it's been forever. I don't know anymore. All these spirits talk about, first off, what gets on my nerves the most is he's a medical intuitive. How fucking dare you tell people that you can diagnose them and then send them to a doctor with something that your pretend friends and the voices in your fucking head. That's called schizophrenia. That's exactly what it's called. You need to take medicine for it. You're fucking bipolar. Don't make a career out of it. But the fact that he says that he knows people's medical conditions, that he can do that, the fact that he wanted to talk to teens about like killing themselves and shit like that, you're the reason why people want to kill themselves. You're the reason why. They think they're going to be on the other side with Grandma Ruth and Mom and Dad, and there's a wonderful paradise. You don't know dick. You haven't been on the other side. You've never seen the other side in your entire life. Just because you pretended once upon a time that your old sickly grandmother who was in a nursing home, you wake up, you're like, I don't think Grandma's doing so well. And your mom's like, oh my God, you're a psychic. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. So, and also, all these... This is another thing that gets me about I know I'm just going off on him here, but I just have to. You've asked for this video. God damn it, stick with it. He goes on and on about all these voices in his head. Never once, and this is my thing with every medium, has a medium ever been deep in thought, getting a voice from all the millions and billions of people who have died all over the globe and went, somebody's speaking in Cantonese. I need a translator. I don't know. Everybody speaks perfect English. And then one of his followers actually told me once, no, it's actually everything's converted into a spirit language. Look, this is just like making shit up. This is when like you were a kid and you were playing tag and like glue was the tree and then you grabbed the bush and you're like, no, this is like kind of a tree. Yeah, it's like, it's got bark or something and leaves and like greenery. Yeah, so it counts. So shut up. That's exactly what he's like. Plus, none of these spirits have ever told him anything of significance that was coming up. You're a horrible fucking shitty psychic. Two things I can think of this past year nobody told him about. The Capitol riots, no one told him that. Isn't that amazing? And all the people that were dead, like, listen, there is going to be some shit going down. There's going to be a guy wearing a bear suit, like running around with an American flag halfway up his ass. It's going to be fucking on. You got to fucking tell people, warn them right now. Okay, can I finish getting fisted first? Okay, fine. Hurry up, I gotta go. And the other thing, the pandemic. Missed that one, didn't he? How the fuck? Now, a lot of people say, well, the spirits aren't psychic or whatever like that. Okay. Let's say this pandemic started back in February 2020, right? People died right away, right? By March, we started to know it was bad, but a lot of people still didn't know how bad it was going to be. We didn't know it was going to be damn near 2 years later at some point, and we're still going to be wearing masks and all this shit. People are still going to be dying. It's going to be vaccinations. Now, one of the spirits who died early on contacted him and said, yo, by the way, hey, idiot, hey, this is huge. This is going to last for a long fucking time, maybe even forever. See this shit? Get used to it. Not the kind that you usually wear, Tyler, with the fucking, gimp mask with a fucking zipper over your mouth, so in opportune times. Not the kind you wear at, the Club Ramrod. No, no, no. It's going to be like this for a long time. Lots of people are going to die. You have to warn people. Warn them about certain states that are going to go really high. Do this for me now. He never gets those messages. That's so interesting to me. When he was a kid, 9/11, no one told him about that. I mean, I know he was probably a kid at that point, but they could have said, big boom coming. Big, bad, big boom New York. Just tell somebody that. Just call him bad, big boom New York. Big boom New York. Fuck. He's making me trip on my words since I'm so pissed at him. As far as Corey Feldman goes, we all know he was there to connect with fucking, what's his name, Corey Haim, because that's the only way he's ever going to connect with that guy, get his fucking through death. If that guy was back today, he would fucking not be talking. He'd have a restraining order against that idiot. Oh, God, these two just irked the fuck out of me, I swear to God. I couldn't watch the whole episode, obviously, so I'm just going off this 2-minute clip I saw, but it was kind of pathetic, and yeah, I mean, what else do I expect? I'm sorry, I tried my best in this one. I just can't pretend to care about either one. I really can't. I can't. I'll try next time if something interesting happens, but this is just for you. So, enjoy. God.